So will open class. Can you please sit erect? Boss, sit erect. Move back. Sit erect. Spine erect. Okay? Yes. Smile. साहब प्रॉब्लम क्या है? यस यस यू एक बार स्माइल करके दिखाओ तो. गुड. सो दिस इज द स्माइल. ओके, तो ऐसे स्माइल. ऑलराइट. सो हाँ, इसको एक कान के नीचे बजा, थोड़ा सा बजा बजा बाजू वाले को. अरे बजा ना, एक कान के नीचे मतलब पीछे बजा. हाँ गुड गुड. हाँ बेटा गुड. गुड स्टैमिना यू सी. गुड गुड गुड. So let's go on, friends. Yesterday we were discussing something called as what? Hey, मेरे online live के रसगुल्ले. Namaste. Sir, how are you? I am doing good. I am doing great. Wonderful, fantastic. Hey, what were we discussing yesterday? So I asked you, or I explained to you yesterday what is the format of the journal yesterday. So the format of the journal is date, particulars, LF, debit rupees, credit rupees. And I said whenever you write down in the journal, you write down something as debit, DR, and then you write down 2. When I am mentioning 2, it is said that it is customary to write 2. Customary matlab, this is the process. This is how we do it. This is the format. And in the bracket we write down being. So I asked a science background student, beta, where do you write the practical? So she said a journal. So I asked, what is a journal? So she said it is a book. So I said here also it is a book. So what is a journal? Journal is a book. And when you write anything into that, you call it as a journal entry. But there is a predetermined format for that journal entry or that journal book. There is a format, predetermined format, like the way you have got for the graph book. Say yes. Then we proceed ahead, and then I asked you, what is balance to the asset? You said debit balance liability, credit balance income, credit balance expense, debit balance capital, credit balance. Is that okay? And a real account, personal account, which is insan ka bachcha, kanun ka bachcha, and artificial personal, representative personal account. So I said you can use a personal account only when the amount is receivable or payable or when the account is settled. So one guy came. He got a chocolate from auntie. I asked, what is the name of auntie? क्या नाम है आंटी का? मुझे एक बात बता, फ्यूचर में तेरी शादी होगी, तेरे को बच्चा होएगा, पूछेंगे किसका है? कभी तो जिम्मेदारी लेगा या हमेशा ऐसे ही? जब उसको पता है तो तू क्यों बोलता है? तू क्यों हकता है? तूने ये तो बोला था ना उसको पता है बोलकर. तेरे को कैसे पता उसको पता है? क्या नाप लिया था? उसको समझा मैं कौन है? बता उसको, बता जाके बता. साला येड़ा. ए क्या चल रहा है? I asked you the name of the auntie. Did you know the name of the auntie? No. You don't know because you can only use a personal account when the amount is receivable, payable, or when the account is settled. Then we went on further, and I gave you a homework to identify many transactions yesterday. And I said you have to identify the basic transactions. Today we are going to start with the transaction. Yesterday I explained you 3 series of transaction, cash series. In the cash I said you sold goods. So then I said it is a cash transaction. Sold goods to Ravi, it is a credit transaction. Sold goods to Ravi for cash is a cash transaction. So I asked you one more thing in this. What are the 4 words which are denoted with goods? So when I am using the word goods, so whenever I purchase the goods, it is purchases. Sales, sale of goods, it is sales. When I get the goods sold, return back, it is called as sales return. And when, my dear friends, whatever I have purchased, I return it back, it is called as purchase return. So yesterday we were able to solve how many questions? How many entries? 8. In which I asked you what is the balance of purchases. अभी अगर नहीं बोले ना मुझसे बुरा कोई नहीं होगा. If you don't speak, because I have explained you, either I'll leave the class or I'll teach you. Okay, today this is the rule, because these are the basics, and if you don't speak, you are not going to understand that. Okay. What is the balance of purchases? Purchase return? Sales? Sales? Somebody said debit, okay? Somebody said earlier to this, debit. Somebody said, okay? Sales return? Debit, okay? So purchase debit, sales credit, sales return debit, and purchase return credit. These are the balances which you have to those accounts. Is that okay? So the entry is also very simple. When you purchase the goods, the entry is purchases to cash. When you purchase it on credit, the entry is purchases to party. The entry logic is very simple. It has got a debit balance, put up the debit balance to party or to cash. Similarly, if I have to make the entry of sales, I can make the entry cash to sales or debtors to sales. Do you remember the word debtor? When the amount is receivable from the people, it is called as, or from the people is called as what? Debtors. And when I am supposed to be paid, that is payable, it is called as what? Creditor. Creditor and debtor. Do you all agree? Okay, so you understood what is a debtor and you understood what is creditor. So that was fine. Can we proceed now? Boys and girls, what is the entry for sales? Party to sales. What is the entry for sales return? Sales return to party or cash. What is the entry for, what I can say? What is the next item? Purchase return. The entry is cash to purchase return or party to purchase return. Do you all agree? Yes. Now, my dear students, today's task is going to be little difficult. I will not entertain any nonsense today. There are days when I have to be sincere and serious. Because the whole purpose then gets destroyed. In the commerce, majority of the kids mug up the entry. I want you to give me the logic and then proceed. So, my task today is I'll be giving you few journal entries to write. Once they are being written, I'll give you some entries to write on your own. So, that would be a task given to you. And after the task is being given, we'll give you some homework problems. Is that okay? So, I hope you people have understood. So, I am devoting the whole time on a particular task which is not going to be asked in exam. So, then that becomes mandatory for me to wind it up in the lowest possible time, and at the same time the concept should be clear. So, now we have got two parameters or two, what I can say, resistance, because of which we have to do it quickly. One is we don't have much time, and the second is it is not asked in exam. So, we are only doing it for the purpose of basics. Have you all understood? Alright, so let's go on, friends, and let's start talking about what all are yes. Are we ready? So, you are asked to identify the transaction. Can you please tell me? Did you write transactions? कल का homework? Yes, दो. नहीं, तुम. हाँ. नंदिनी रस्तोगी, नमस्ते. तवाम, कल कहाँ थे आप? Okay. So, I am giving you some of the things which he has written. So, first one. I am asking machinery purchased. ठीक है? So, when I am writing down the transaction, first thing you have to do is, which are the two accounts? You have to first write down there. And then we'll go ahead. Second, I am writing down interest on deposit received. First, second, third. Then I am saying salary paid to Santosh. Then fourth one I am writing down goods sold to Ravi. Dividend. What are you doing? You have to write along with me. Okay, write it. So now you have to write down here like this. This is the format. These are the transaction. You have to leave one line. So how are you going to solve? Let me explain you first. So machinery purchase. Which are the two accounts? One is machinery. And the other one is what? Cash. Then I will say both are what? Asset. Now what is increasing? Machinery. Asset is increasing. What is going down? Cash. That is also asset. So my entry is machinery account debit because it has got a debit balance. When it increases, you debit it. So machinery debit to what? Cash account. Do you all agree? Yes. So can you not write it down, my dear friend, two accounts which are getting affected and what would be the probable journal entry? So start writing it down. पायल शर्मा, बहुत बढ़िया, अच्छा है, अच्छा है. No. You don't have to, hey, you don't have to write down like this. You just need to write down the transactions right now. Abhi sirf transaction likho, just write down the transactions. So what I'll do is I'll give you some time for you to write down the answer. Right now only write down the transaction 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll keep on dictating a few more transactions. You have to just write down the transactions. Are we ready? Alright, here we go. 6th. Archana Jagtap, very good. 6th. I'll write down dividend received by check. Then the next one is repairs to machine 500. Goods returned by money. Goods returned to Sane. Prepaid expense. I have already explained this entry. Prepaid expense. Accrued income. Income received in advance. Outstanding expense. So will you please be able to write down these entries? Yes. Be quick. Okay, last 4 entries, 9, 10, 11, 12. If you are not able to do it, it's all fine. It's okay. It is not expected out of you. We will be again seeing it when we go into what? Final account. But if you can do it, then your base is really pakka and good. So what are you going to do? You are going to identify the 2 accounts getting affected there, and then you are going to make the entries. जिए तो जिए कैसे बिन आपके. स्क्रॉल कर रहे. पायल शर्मा जी बढ़िया, अर्चना जगताप बढ़िया. Archana, your entry is wrong. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Are we ready? Pratham, you are right, beta. Payal Sharma, right. Archana, you are wrong, beta. Now, salary to cash, that's right, that's right. Archana Jagtap, earlier entry was wrong. So friends, acha, you are still doing it. Done? All right. Are we ready to go ahead? Good to go? How many of you have done it? Okay, I'm still waiting for some time. हुआ बेटू? ए ढुकली हो गया. Now everyone's attention here. अच्छा, those who have completed and those who have not completed, whom do you think so is a winner? Those who have completed and those who have not completed, do you think so is a winner? Who do you think so is a winner? Scroll यार, scroll कर. कौन विनर है बोलो ना जल्दी से. जो कर दिया है और जो जिसने नहीं किया है, दोनों में से विनर कौन है? हाँ, so this is only your ego which is talking. There is no winner here. If you think I am teaching this when you already know it, then you are a fool. I am teaching just to strengthen the basics. So I am just trying to tell you, in case you have not been able to do it, it's fine. You now need to focus and understand it. If you are able to do it, then you have to see whether you have mugged up the things or do you really know the logics and did you, classify it properly, everything. So that's what you should focus on. So here there is nothing called as who is winner or who is a loser. It is the basics and everyone is going to focus it accordingly. Is that okay? So the first thing, interest on deposit received. So there are two accounts which are getting affected. One is cash and the other one is interest received. Can you tell me cash is what? Asset. And interest is what? I am not able to hear it. Sure. So this is my income. So boys and girls, cash is increasing or decreasing? Increasing. So my entry is cash will be debited, cash account debit. To what? Interest is also increasing. Income is also increasing, na? My income is increasing. So my entry is cash account debit to interest. Interest has got credit balance. Interest is an income. So start understanding it like this. So if I ask you what is the balance to the cash, you say debit balance. What is the balance to the interest received? You say credit balance. Like you know what is the balance for purchases? Debit. Purchase return credit. Sales return debit. Sales credit. Machinery debit. Have you understood? You are now knowing so many accounts whose balances you are aware of. Let's go on. Bank bhi ho sakta. Cash oblique bank. Salary paid to Santosh. Now you tell me which are the two accounts? Salary and Santosh. Okay. Somebody said Santosh. Santosh is the right thing. Are nalayak, hopeless. Santosh is right. Are you dumb? Are you dumb? It is salary and Santosh. Anyone who has written Santosh? Good, very good, very good, very good. So Santosh is right, very good. Keep it up. Chocolate lekar. Good. So salary is not the right word. You have to write down Santosh to cash. Okay? Or what have you written? Salary to Santosh? अरे थोड़ी देर चुप बैठ जाया करो यार. कैसे निकलेंगे वो बाहर? जो स्लीपर सेल है उनको बाहर निकालने गया है ना, वो बताते नहीं है कि मैंने ऐसा किया है बोलकर. मुझे भी मालूम है सैलरी टू कैश है, बट उनको इंप्रूव तो कराना पड़ेगा ना. आई हैव टू इंप्रूव देम. तूने भी लिखा ना संतोष? ले गया इधर बुक. ठीक है. सो आई विल टेल यू माय डियर फ्रेंड, द अमाउंट वुड बी कैश. नाउ व्हाई कैश? आई विल टेल यू. बिकॉज आर वी, व्हेन आई यूज द वर्ड पेड, so then technically speaking it cannot be Santosh, it needs to be cash. Now you say it need not be salary, it need to be Santosh. So you tell me, I will use a personal account when either the money is receivable or payable. Is the money receivable or payable? No, I've already paid the salary and I'm not going to get back. So it cannot be Santosh. Personal account will only be used when the amount is receivable or payable. So can I not say my two accounts are salary and cash? So now you tell me, what is salary? Expense. Salary is expense. It will be debited. And cash is asset. And when it is paid, it will be what? Credited. अरे वो अमर को जाके बोल कोई चॉकलेट नहीं लेके आने का, लेके आएगा. So what is entry? Salary to cash. Agreed? Yes. Have you all understood? So salary is an expense, it has got a debit balance. When cash goes out, cash is credited. So can I understand one trick from you? Cash, whenever it is going to go out, whenever I am going to pay, I am going to credit cash. And whenever I am having expense, I am going to debit what? Expense. Agreed? Boys and girls, good soul to Ravi. Cash or credit transaction? Credit. So I have got, one is called as Ravi and the other one is called as sales. Agreed? Why not cash? Because when personal account is mentioned like this, goods sold to Ravi, it is a credit transaction. This is how the transaction is asked. So here you will have a personal account called as Ravi and sales. Say yes. Now you tell me, what is the balance to the sales? Credit. So entry is very simple. Ravi to sales. Suppose it would have been cash sales, the entry is cash to sales. Agreed? Suppose, my dear friend, it was an online sale, your entry would be bank to sales. So can I not say Ravi to sales? Say yes. Yes. Now can I ask you the next thing? Dividend received by check. Dividend received by check. Can you please tell me? No, dividend received by check, na? So check money. Oh, you understand bank? Because check is deposited where? Bank. So boys and girls, you have got two accounts. One is called as bank and the other one is called as dividend. Ask yourself, bank is what? Asset. Personal should be. Bank is what? Asset. So beta ji, either bank balance is increasing or not increasing. So bank account will be debited. And you tell me dividend is what? Income. So my dear students, can I not say the entry is bank to dividend? Say yes. Have you all understood this entry? Now repairs to machinery. What is the entry you are going to make? Repairs to machinery. So first one is what? Repairs. The other one is machinery. Sure? So the other one is what? Cash. So you tell me cash has got which balance? Debit. But whether it is increasing or decreasing? Decreasing. So what I'll do? Cash. Debit or credit? Credit. And you tell me what about repairs? Expense. It has got which balance? Debit. And in business, the repairs expenses are increasing. Increasing means when I have incurred the repair expenditure has been incurred. Yes or no? In my business, it has increased. My entry is repairs to cash. Do you all agree? Now, this was very interesting. Goods returned by me. By money. So, agar I suno. If I say I returned goods to money, means from me goods are going out, and returned means what came in I am sending it back. Yes or no? जो आया वो गया, तभी तो मैं बोलूंगा टू माने. I returned goods to money. So that means I am returning it. So can I not ask you, can you not say which goods I will return, which I purchased first and now I am returning it? So it is called as purchase return. Similarly, so goods returned by money and goods returned to Sani. Now goods returned by money to us. It is a sales return, because when I sell, goods go out. And when they say that it is returned by money, that means the goods are coming back in. So when I say return to, that means I am giving it back. When I say returned by, that means somebody else is giving it back to me. Please understand, my dear students, when I say I am receiving the goods, see, I cannot teach you English. This is you are clear about. So I am all saying, if I got the goods back, it is a sales return. Because when I sell, goods go out. In sales return, goods come in. So if somebody is saying the goods are returned to me, I mean the goods are coming with me, there is a flow inward, then I'll say it is what? Sales return. That is also called as return inward. And when the goods go out, when I return it, they go out. It is called as purchase return. Because when I purchase, the goods came in. So when I am returning, the goods are going out. So you see, I am a business. I sold the goods. Catch. Good. Better today. So when I sold the goods, it is what? Sales. Now you return it back to me. So what is this? Goods returned by Mrunmai. Goods returned by Mrunmai. She will not use the word. Goods, I will not use the word. Goods returned to Mrunmai. Return to Mrunmai means I am returning it to her. Say yes. So goods returned by Mrunmai. मेरे को goods वापिस आया. तो पहले मैंने क्या किया था? Sale. अब वो मुझे क्या कर रही है? रिटर्न. डू यू ऑल एग्री? ओके, खरबूजे ले, तू फेंक पेन. हाँ फेंक. कभी क्रिकेट खेला है लाइफ में? नहीं. So goods purchased. Can you see? Goods purchased from Samarth. And now I am saying goods returned to Samarth. That means goods are going to go out. So when I say return to Samarth, it means it is a purchase return. So when I say goods returned by Mrunmai, it is what? Sales return. Agreed? Yele purchase return tera. Goods returned by money. Can I have the entry? What is the entry? It is sales return to money. Money na money. Can I not say there are two accounts sales return? and what? Money. So sales return, my dear friend, has what balance? Debit balance. So I have debited. Agreed? So that's what I did. So sales return to Mane. And what about Sane? Goods return to Sane. It is purchase return. The entry is Sane to purchase return. Hippie? Achha, what do you call other name for sales return? Return inwards. सेल्स रिटर्न को क्या बोलेंगे रे भाई? Return inwards. And what do you call it as? Purchase return. Return outwards. Okay. Prepaid expense, I have already explained you the entry. Let me see how many of you know it or remember it. And it's okay if you don't remember it, I'm again gonna tell you. And if you don't remember now also, it's okay. I'm again gonna explain it in final. And if you don't remember thereafter also, then you're gonna fail exams. Okay. So I'm asking you a very simple thing. What is the entry of prepaid expense? Prepaid expense to expense. Kalatika. Either. Then accrued income. Accrued income to income. Income received in advance. Income to income received in advance. Outstanding expenses. Expenses to outstanding expenses. So let me give you the trick again. What is the balance for prepaid expense? It is an asset. Accrued income, that is income receivable. What is the balance? It is again asset. Income received in advance is what? Liability. And then outstanding expenses also what? Liability. Again I'll ask you. Prepaid expense. Accrued income. Income received in advance. Outstanding expense. So then boys and girls, the logic is very simple. My first entry happens to be prepaid expense. Prepaid expense to expense. Give me the entry again. Prepaid expense to expense. What about the accrued income? Accrued income to income. Now what is the logic? Logic is very simple, boss. You are creating an asset saying that income has increased. Yes or no? When I am saying prepaid expense, you are saying the expense is prepaid. So my entry is prepaid expense to expense. See, whatever you learnt it in your 11th, 12th, entry for prepaid expense being prepaid expense to cash was not completely correct. I know you understood the entry was prepaid expense to cash. But as and when you will proceed ahead, this is the correct entry which I am teaching you right now. थोड़ा सा ट्रस्ट कर सकते हो? मुझे मालूम है थोड़ा ट्रस्ट फैक्टर है तुमको मेरे ऊपर. But trust me here, I'll help you out, okay? Then can I not say what is the income of entry of income received in advance? The entry is income to income received in advance. And what is the entry for outstanding expense? The entry is expense to outstanding expense. Have you people understood so far? Yes. Can we proceed ahead now? Yes. Good. Shall I? Yes. Good. Dampulya. How many of you could do it correctly? How many of you did mistakes, committed mistakes? So I'll tell you, you have lost nothing. So it's not like you are a loser. If you have understood now, it's great. So I'll ask you first entry, prepaid expense. Tai, 2 minutes, हाँ. Very good. हाँ, Tai तुम्ही. Outstanding expense. Expense to outstanding. Science background. Income received in advance. क्लास के बाहर निकलेगा मैं बोला आज सीरियस है मैं आज प्रेम से बात नहीं तेरे को जीप निकालने के बाहर जाके निकाल सांप बनने का बाहर बन हाँ इनकम रिसीव्ड इन एडवांस क्लास के बाहर जा हाय साइंस इनकम रिसीव्ड इन एडवांस माँ इनकम रिसीव्ड इन एडवांस बोलते हैं उसको एंट्री क्या है इनकम रिसीव्ड इन एडवांस क्या बोलेगी हाँ तेरे को पता है तेरे में और उसमें क्या फ़र्क है एंट्री उसकी भी सही नहीं है बट शी इज़ विलिंग टू अंडरस्टैंड शी इज़ विलिंग टू गो अहेड एंड यू नो व्हाट इज़ द प्रॉब्लम विथ यू तुझे लगता है कि डर से तू सीख जाएगा तुझे लगता है कि तू कर देगा और वो नहीं होगा इट इज़ नॉट गोइंग टू हैपन तू लगता है जीप निकाल दूंगा तो हो जाएगा। किसके सामने तू दिखावा कर रहा है? मेरे सामने। क्या करेगा एग्जामिनर के सामने? इज्जत निकाल कर बाहर भेजेंगे। इंटरव्यू में जाओगे ना, इतनी सी भी इज्जत नहीं करते, गाली गलौज कर बाहर भेजते तुमको कि बोले साले अगर नहीं पढ़ने का है तो हमारा टाइम क्यों खोटी करता है? वाई आर यू वेस्टिंग माई टाइम एंड योर्स टाइम? एटलीस्ट गिव अ ट्राई बॉस। एंड अगर तू इतना बैठने के बाद में इतना नहीं सीखा ना कि भाई कुछ तो डेबिट होता है, कुछ तो क्रेडिट, एटलीस्ट यू शुड गिव अ ट्राई। दैट्स हाउ वी लर्न हाउ टू स्पीक। सो व्हेन वी वर नॉट एबल टू स्पीक, वी यूज्ड हैंड गेस्चर्स। क्या आई वांट टू गो देयर, आई वांट टू हैव मम्मा, आई वांट टू हैव दिस दैट, मुझे गोदी आना है। वी कुड नॉट स्पीक, बट एटलीस्ट वी हैड दैट एटीट्यूड टू अंडरस्टैंड, टू लर्न, टू गो अहेड. And then when I started speaking, we were not perfect. We used any grammar. So I used to tell, so मैं बोला तुझे बुलाया है. So I understood that your name is तुझे. तो तुझे, तुझे. This is how I used to refer. But I had an intention to speak. This is how the life progresses. If you are not going to give a try, I am not God here. How the hell on this earth I can explain you? Nothing. Nothing on this earth can help you. You have to first try, and that's what where you have lacking. So next time I ask you, and if you don't answer, I'll throw you out of the class. Is that okay? हाँ, सीखना है तो अच्छे से सीख, नहीं सीखना है तो बाहर बैठ. All right, so let me ask you somebody else. Yes, Gudiyatum, can you give me the entry of accrued income? Okay. Then can you, brother, you checks, can you give me the entry of income received in advance? Very good. Income to income received in. The trick is very simple. You understand what is the balance to income received in advance. It is a credit balance. So my entry is income to income received in advance. So suppose if I ask you the entry of outstanding salary. No issues. Take your time. Take your time. Very good. So the trick is what? What is the balance to outstanding salary? It is a liability. It is a liability, so it will have a credit balance. So entry is salary to outstanding salary. For example, if I'll ask you Manchar prepaid insurance. Very good. Prepaid insurance to insurance. You need to understand what is the balance to prepaid insurance. Debit balance. So my entry is prepaid insurance to insurance. Is that okay? Yes. Rasgulle too. Interest received in advance. Absolutely correct. Interest received in advance. Anything received in advance is a liability. It will have a credit balance. So the entry is what? Interest to interest received in advance. Is that okay? Boys and girls, can I not ask you? Interest receivable. Yes, brother, blue color. Interest receivable. Ask yourself, what is the balance to interest receivable and for what reason? Very good. Interest receivable to interest. Because interest receivable is an asset. So it will have a debit balance. So I'll debit it to interest. Agreed? So can we now go ahead, brothers? अच्छा मुझे एक बात बताओ, बाकी की कोई entries में tension? Repairs to machinery. You tell me, what is the balance to repairs? So my entry is repairs to cash. Cash is coming in or going out? Because you understand, when I am crediting cash, cash is going out. But if it is outstanding repairs, what is the entry? If it is outstanding repairs, do you understand? I have not paid. So what is the entry? Repairs to outstanding repairs. So for example, if I am saying you, salary paid. Now what is the entry for salary paid? Salary is what? Salary is what? It will have a debit balance. So what I'll do? Salary account debit to cash. Cash is going out. Suppose, but if I say it is outstanding salary, what is the entry? Salary to outstanding salary. I hope you people have understood so far. Can I now take you to the next step and make you understand the beautiful part of the story? Hey boys and girls, please tell me what is the balance to machinery? Liability. Outstanding salary. Now I want faster. Fast. मुझे check करने का है. Right? अच्छा, you are going to speak Delhi or Chandigarh? Delhi, Chandigarh. Okay. Outstanding expenses. Prepaid insurance. दिल्ली. इंश्योरेंस, दो आंसर थे, दोनों दे दिए. चंडीगढ़ दिल्ली. इंश्योरेंस इज दिल्ली. इट इज एन एक्सपेंस. राइट, लेट्स गो ऑन फर्दर. थोड़ा फास्ट अभी. सेल्स, परचेस रिटर्न, आउटस्टैंडिंग सैलरी, सैलरी, इंश्योरेंस, प्रीपेड इंश्योरेंस. Insurance is Delhi. Prepaid insurance is also what? Delhi. Why? Because insurance is an expense and prepaid insurance is an asset. Interest received. Interest received. Chandigarh. Interest received in advance. Chandigarh. Interest received in advance is a liability. It will have a credit balance. ऐसे डराता हूँ बेसिक्स के वक्त, क्योंकि तुम सीरियस होते हो. क्योंकि क्या हो रहा है समझा तो दिया है. आई हैव ऑलरेडी एक्सप्लेन्ड यू. यू जस्ट नॉट अप्लाइंग योर ब्रेन. वो इधर और इधर है ना, सर्किट कट हो गया है, वो जोड़ना पड़ रहा है वापस. समझने में प्रॉब्लम नहीं, इधर आता है बट निकलते हुए इधर से गोबर ही निकल रहा है. सो आई एम जस्ट ट्राइंग टू कनेक्ट दैट सर्किट अगेन. दैट्स द होल प्रॉब्लम. शैल वी अगेन डू इट? ओके, थोड़ा सा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड. कैपिटल. Good, good, good. Capital is Chandigarh. Sundry creditors. Sundry debtors. Loan taken. Loan taken. Borrowings. Bank OD. Salary. Printing. Stock. Stock is Delhi asset, huh? Investment. इंटरेस्ट ऑन इन्वेस्टमेंट. इतने कमी नहीं कैसे हो सकते हो बे? गिरगिट भी नहीं रंग बदलता बे इतने जल्दी. कितने फास्ट रंग बदले. मैंने बस ऐसे देखा. पहले जो कांड करके रखे उसका क्या साले. हाँ, सो वापिस से पूछूं. अभी कौन सा पूछा था मैंने? इंटरेस्ट ऑन इन्वेस्टमेंट, इंटरेस्ट ऑन बोरोइंग. खर्चा है ना. टोंगा चार्जेस. अच्छा, टोंगा चार्जेस इज रिक्शा, कन्वेन्स. ओके, काहीतरी विचारत होतो, विसरलो यार. ठीक आहे. वेजेस, परचेस रिटर्न, सेल्स रिटर्न, कैश, बैंक, बैंक ओडी, लोन गिवन. लोन गिवन is an investment, it is an asset. Loan given to Ram, give me the entry. Loan to cash. Loan to Ram to cash. Yes or no? Loan to cash na bhai. Loan given, loan is receivable, is an asset. So my entry is loan to cash. Happy? Now boys and girls, you all are expected to problem number 1. Problem number 1. Come down to the problem number 1. Boys and girls, girls and boys, where are you? Hey, whenever I am teaching this topic first, I am generally not very fast. I am generally very slow, and I will be repeating many times so that you become more and more, pakka in what these rules are about. Is that okay? So I will tell you. Can you please read it? Are purchased. I am there on page number 16. I am there on page number 5.16. There you have got the first question. So what is the first question? R started with rupees 5,000. What did R start is? Okay. Following are the transaction entered into by R after started his business. So we are in whose books? Because R has started the business. So we are in the books of R. So how various accounts will be affected by this transaction? R started business with. Now what is this business with 5,000? I didn't get this point. Now what is this 5,000? Capital or what? Capital. Whenever owner brings the money in the business, it is called as capital. Whenever owner withdraws the money, it is called as drawings. Capital has got credit balance and drawings has got debit balance. Because when you introduce the money, it is capital, credit balance. When you withdraw the money, it is the drawings, debit balance. How many of your father does business? Can you please stand? Okay. Can I ask you, this science background girl, what is the business? Import and export of lights. You mean this lights? So I'll ask you one question, beta. Did your father start business with 0 rupees? So introduce some money. So that is called as what? Capital. Everyone is clear? Now you tell me, beta, did you pay the fees? Thank you so much. Where did you get it from? Oh, so you went to the business and you said, give me money. Oh, business. So then? Father withdrew the money from the business. So understand, when father is introducing the money into the business, it is called as capital. And when he is withdrawing, it is called as drawings. Have you all understood? So sit. So but a capital has got which balance? कान के नीचे निकालूंगा जल्दी से बोला capital. Drawings. Now you tell me, capital introduced. What is the entry? Cash to capital. If you introduce land. If you introduce gold. If you introduce diamond. If you introduce investment. It's as simple as that, yaar. Cash to capital, yes or no? Yes. Similarly, you have withdrawn. What do you withdraw from the business? Drawings. So what is the entry? Drawings to cash. Acha beta, you tell me, where do you get the light fittings at your home? From the office. Oh, so here is the business. Here is the business. Okay. What is the name of your business? Archie. It's you? Archie Enterprises. Okay. You are this Archie, huh? She is the real Archie here. Okay. So she is natural personal account. है ना? And this Archie is a business. It is an artificial personal account. Is that okay? Have you understood both the names are same? One is Archie sitting here in front of us. Is she business? No. She is a natural personal account. And then there is something called as artificial personal account. This is called as Archie Enterprises. It is registered under LLP or whatever. Now I am asking you, when we purchased goods for Archie Enterprises, that is lights, we made the entry in the business, purchases to cash. Business was seeing it. Oh, I have got purchases. Okay. So now I will share a small story with you. Okay. So आर्ची बचपन में छोटी थी, तुम भी छोटे थे. So what do you used to like most, Archie or Archie, whatever? I know, playing. That was the best part which we all had, and we could play with literally anything. Yes or no? I mean, I remember. I don't know how you people were, so I'll share a small story and then we'll go ahead. So as a child, I was very much fond of bathing on my own. I don't know, I liked water a lot. I still remember that. So I used to be a mama's boy. दिन भर उसके पीछे पीछे पीछे. So in those days, mom used to wash the clothes on her own. Did not have maid. Those were not the days when you used to have maids and all. So she used to wash the clothes, and then what she used to do is, whenever she used to wash the white clothes, she used to put something called as a blue color liquid. नील बोलते थे उसको. तुम क्या बोलते हो उसको इंग्लिश में? नील बोलता क्या तुम्हें? गुड. इंग्लिश में क्या बोलते पूछा मैंने, तुमको मालूम? So this English people will never be able to understand the beauty of Neil. We can call it as whitening agent. Let's use. So एक नील नाम की चीज, वो नहीं क्या? उजाला. या फेना ही नहीं, फेना तो ये है ना, काय? हाँ ठीक है. सो आई एम सेइंग उज्ज्वला नहीं, कोई उजाला. Ujala was the name of the liquid. Let's understand. So I asked Mama, why do you use it? So Mama used to tell कि इसको डालने के बाद में कपड़े white होते हैं. अब मैं बेचारा गरीब आदमी, मैं बोला ब्लू लिक्विड डालने के बाद white कैसे होते हैं, मेरे को समझ नहीं आ रहा है. I genuinely had this problem, but because Mama said, I said okay. You put blue liquid and you get white. And those were the days when my dad used to tell me that you should drink milk and then you will become fair. And if you drink tea, then you will become black. There was simple logic. I don't know why did he explain me that nonsense logic, because now I understand. Black and white has got nothing to do with that. I mean, nothing to do with this. As a personality also, I'm okay if I'm dark. As a personality, I'm okay if I'm fair or whatever color I have got. But yeah, in those days they had. So if you drink tea, you will become black, and if you drink milk, you will become, fair. So fairness was given a lot of importance. Those kids were accepted more easily, right? This is what I had to face the competition in childhood. So fine. So I had this in my mind. So if I need to be accepted in the market, I need to be fair. So I said, Mama, I want to take bath. I want to take bath on my own. So Mama also, okay, you take bath on your own. When I was in the bathroom all alone, I did everything except bathing. So I figured out everything. So I took up the bucket, put it ulta, then I climbed on it, some or the other way. And somehow I got this bottle, and then I got a link. Oh, if I put it up, then I'll become fair. So I did the same thing. And those were the days where there were no sufficient lights in the bathroom. They felt bathroom mein kya hi to zarurat hai. So fine, those were the olden days. So what happened was, so I had this liquid, I put it upon me, I took up the bath, however better I could do it, right? And I came out, Ma, मैं आ गया, तेरे लाल आ गया गोरा होकर. मम्मा ने बहुत बजाया उस दिन, बहुत मारा बे. So she thrashed me. ठीक है? So I'll tell you what. So that was one of the finest things which we did in our childhood, to play, and we could play with literally anything. That's correct. But apart from that, in your childhood, what did you like? There could be something which you liked. You never wanted to share that with anyone. Yes, Archie, what it was? Chocolates. Which chocolates? Huh? So, I'll tell you, she liked eclairs. Did you ever have eclair? So there were two favorite chocolates in my days, at least I remember very vividly. Melody and eclairs. But Papa used to give me Kiss Me. No, not because he loved me, because that was cheap. Okay? No, you are getting it confused, okay? So there were chocolates. There were chocolates in those days which had